it's me, Josh Hunter. I'm presently on the planet Earth, and I was thinking, this spot that I'm at right now, I'm in Santa Monica on the south end of the 3rd Street Promenade, and I thought it was interesting that I'd be like here because I'm here pretty much every day, and I thought it was interesting that I'm here like because normally I'd be at the visitor center in Palisades Park, but they closed the park. So I thought it was interesting that I'd be here during the time of this, coronavirus pandemic. Because oddly enough, about maybe was it 15 years, between 14 and maybe 16 years ago, I had lunch here with these two ladies, and as we were having lunch, one of them told me, she said, if I ever saw you getting into a good relationship, I would sabotage it. It's an interesting thing to say. Especially considering, I guess that's because she really, really didn't like me, like at all. Although she never told me why she didn't like me, but I don't know, what the fuck do I know? And as I was exiting, and back in those days, I used to get, when I would get angry, it was like a kind of cartoonish anger. Like I would just be like, oh my God, I can't believe. And I knew she was serious. I knew she would interfere in any possible way. And as I was exiting the mall, it was an indoor mall at that time, and I slammed my fist on the doors as I was exiting. I just slammed. It was a glass door too. It didn't break or anything, but. And since then, every attempt that I have ever had to try and be, with a woman romantically has been thwarted. And so, it makes me wonder, like, I'm not a superstitious person, but I'm wondering, like, did she put a curse on me? And why? Because, I know that people aren't particularly fond of me, but, like, they never say why. They never say, oh, I'm upset because of this reason. It's, that's what communication is all about, right? Communicating effectively. And I'm not upset now. After, being like a 33-year-old kissless virgin, homeless, no friends, covered in body lice, filthy, and generally not, wanted by anyone. You would think that would make me feel like not so great, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Because at first I thought, because as the years went by and I just could not seem to make it with any woman. I thought, is this woman a witch? Like, is she an actual witch, like casting magic powers on me? And why? As time goes on, it's like, well, maybe it was for my own good. I don't feel bad. I feel like I've avoided a lot of misery. I feel like there's so much misery that I would have been a part of that I am, and I'm not just saying misery in being in relationships, but just general misery. So yeah, I just thought that'd be neat to remind myself that this spot where I'm in right now was where a lady once told me that if she ever saw me getting into a good relationship, that she would sabotage it. And literally every single attempt that I've made to be in a good relationship with a woman, in any relationship, platonic, non-platonic, let's say non-platonic relationship, was just, somebody would show up, or, there'd be a cock blocking, there'd be, like anything. So, I'm not upset now. But, anyway, I'd like to introduce some new terminology, some slang terms, see if they catch on. The first one is called Unix system. Now, this is from Jurassic Park. I'm not sure if you recall, in Jurassic Park there's a scene where one of the kids, when they're trying to reboot the system, and when they get into the computer room, she's like, "Oh, I know this. It's a Unix system." So when this term, as it should be, as I'm describing it here, Unix system, is something that you exclaim when you are very familiar with something, when you really know something. So it's like, I don't know, you walk into a room and you know you didn't know what was going to be in this room, but once you get in there, you're like, oh, dude, I know what this is all about. So you would just say, oh, Unix system, Unix system. The inflection is up to you, obviously. And if you wanted to use a more abbreviated version of that, you can just say Yuns. Yuns. So like, if you're like, if someone's like really worried that something isn't going to work out or whatever, you just say, dude, don't worry about it. Yuns, all right? Yuns, don't worry about it. Something like that. I'm not sure. Sometimes I don't give the best examples with regards to this terminology. I want you to be able to make your own examples, and I don't want to, play no games. Play no games. I'm gonna wear it out. I'm gonna make sure that nobody wants to sing that song. Just kidding. I'm not that type of person. Or maybe I am. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Flip flop, flip flop, flip flop, flip flop, flip flop, flop flop. All right. Anyway, the second thing that I want to try and introduce is barely. Oh, okay. The second thing that I wanted to introduce was what do you call it? So I have been very fond of this because like I said, I've been like without romance for a very long time, but I have developed an affinity for like just pretending. So like, I don't know, I like the idea of like someone like saying that like, oh, I don't know, this sounds kind of cheesy. Maybe it is cheesy. Yeah, who gives a shit? I don't know, should I be what should No, I don't think I can do that. I thought about it. I mean, I was pretending. I don't know. I don't know. This sounds kind of juvenile. Like I want to be like a mature person. Like I want to be like a mature, human adult. But I don't know. Sometimes you don't realize how juvenile something is until it's right there, until you're right at it. Because like I've seen so much pettiness in my life, so much vindictive behavior. Like it's like a repulsive thing to me. I mean, it doesn't like repel me, but I do my utmost not to become the things that I see so often, like the juvenile, vindictive, childish behavior. I find it so unappealing, I guess. So, I mean, these days people are all about, like growing up, being an adult, but they don't, they only want to seem like adults. They want people to think they're adults, but they don't do their adult work inside of themselves. Because when it's just them, by themselves, no one else around, they're just as childish and juvenile and immature as they've ever been. How do I know this? Geometry. Oh yeah, you know what else also happened? Okay, so today, alright, so I don't necessarily look in the mirror all the time, but like, I'm pretty sure I got a pretty good idea of like, what I look like. But I woke up today and there's like a brand new like mole or like a dot showed up like right here. Right here. And I don't know, like it's, usually these things take time, I guess. Like a mole gradually appears. Maybe it has been gradually appearing, but it doesn't bother me. Well, here's the thing. I know that my physical appearance, especially right now, is not. It's not like the match of anyone's. No one's sitting at home dreaming. Oh, dude, I just. there isn't any like lady anywhere who's like sitting at home just dreaming, fantasizing like, oh, I just wish there was some like fat fuck homeless guy, with no friends or prospects who I could just like fucking like romance and just fucking pay for everything. And who and if we get married, like, I'll even buy the wedding rings. Like, this is, I'll buy my own wedding rings. So I understand, like, I'm not like, I'm not what anybody is like dreaming of, but I have my own perception of what like, I personally, I like the way I look, but I know that nobody wants to fuck me, and that's fine. But like, like I said, like, I understand the value of looking the way I look. I understand its purpose. See, me, what I value is functionality and utility. I mean, with regards to like giving women boners, yeah, probably I'm not like, I'm not very skilled in that area. But as far as other things that are more relevant to my world anyway, I believe that my appearance is, it's pretty sorry, okay. I like, I don't know. I think I'm a neat person. I guess that's a type of like arrogance. Well, it's not arrogance. I like the way I look. I know, I'm not saying that in the way like, oh, like I don't know what I look like. I know what I look like. I know I'm not like a particularly attractive person, but I still like the way I look. Like I'm 300 pounds. I got, stretch marks all over me. I got the fucking hair and because all the lice are biting me, so I got all these scabs on me. Like it's pretty gnarly. And I got, my body's all, seems like my belly is going in one direction, and my belly's trying to go west, and my ass is trying to go east, and it's just like so distorted, like my shape. But yeah, I think it's neat. Anyway, let me try. I think I will try. Alright, so what I wanted to introduce was this term. It was, alright, so I wanted to make it seem as though dating me were like a taboo thing. Like when you wanted to introduce like the feeling and vibration of taboo, like it would, like the term would be like, oh, alright, the term is, she's dating Josh Hunter. And it's supposed to be like considered taboo. It doesn't mean for any particular reason. It's not like, oh, it's not for any specific taboo, but the general, like when you want to say that something is taboo, you'll just say, oh, she's dating Josh Hunter. So like, for example, like if I don't know if I can have an example. It's not to say that I am taboo or that anything that I've done is taboo, but if you just wanted to say that something is taboo without actually using the word taboo, you would just say, oh, she's dating Josh Hunter. And like, so like if something scandalous happens, it's like, oh, what happened? Oh, well, he embezzled all that money with with that corporation, and now they found the receipts, and it's like, oh, she's dating Josh Hunter. Sorry, I think so that's what I wanted to, because it's so absurd, I guess, the concept, to me anyway, the concept of like me like having any type of relationship. So when you want to say that something is taboo, you say, oh, she's dating Josh Hunter. And oh, wait a minute, that could be like something else, man. I don't know, this sounds like actually, wait a minute, now that I think about it, yeah, I think I'm clear on this one. I think I am. Alright, because see, what came to mind is I'm thinking like, oh, am I like imitating, what is it? That song that Sarah Silverman did with, when she was, it's like, came out like maybe 6 years ago or whatever. Like Matt Damon and Jimmy Kimmel, they've got this like back and forth thing or whatever, and she had a song or something where it's like, oh, she's fucking Matt Damon, and so I was wondering, like, am I just imitating this? Am I just like trying to like piggyback off this? But there's got to be tons of scenarios where someone said, oh, this person is something, this person, and so that was just the one that's closest to my memory. But I think I'm in the clear on this. I'm not plagiarizing. I'm pretty sure. But then again, what? what, didn't she start like that comedy group called like Jash or something? J-A-S? Maybe they're imitating me, right? Alright, anyway, that's narcissism. Sorry, it's narcissism. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching.